Hey, what is up, everybody? It is the Good Vibes Podcast, and I'm bringing you good waves, good vibes, and good times, all from the comfort of my own home. Now, today is obviously Questions with the Audience Wednesday, and so for the past recent, however many longs, we have been doing categorical topics for the whatever, and so today's topic was, what would I do with blank? And you would send me a question. It would be like, what would I do with $5? What would I do with a candle? I don't know. That was the whole category, and so you guys sent in some really great questions, and you guys sent in some really dumb questions. Let's go ahead and go for it. The first question I got was, what would you do with AIDS?
It's time to stop!
What would you do with 3 sticks and a button with a string attached? With the 3 sticks, I would build a teepee, and then with the button with the string, I would wrap it around the top, and then so that way none of the sticks would fall apart. And then I'd lay a little canopy over it, and I would build a little small teepee for mice. And so I would build the teepee in my house, and then I would put a lot of cheese in there, so that way the mice could have some place to live, someplace out of the weather, out of the cold, and everything. So I think that's what I really, mice lives are very important to me, and so that's what I would do. What would you do with $43? I don't know, $43 right now. I think that I would honestly put all of that just straight gas in my car. Like that, it would go. And so, $43, if somebody was like, yo, listen, I'm just gonna give you $43. And I would be like, yo, dude, that's sick. You're a friend. That's a true friend. I love you, and a friend, and also with a friend. And we're friends and friends forever. That's just beautiful. That's going to gas. Straight gas. What would you do with $5,828,691? For that amount of money, I think that I would invest a decent bit of it into real estate, maybe like a quarter of it into real estate, and then put the rest in a conservative mutual fund. And then I would set aside $500,000, and then I would buy my parents a new house, and then get them new cars. And then I think the only thing I would spend on myself for that is I would buy I invest in the real estate, so I'd already have a house, and then I'd buy a Lamborghini. Because I really want one. What would you do with 2.5 gold unicorns? And you guys sent in some really dumb questions.
2.5 gold unicorns.
What would you do with all of the money in the world? It's a good thing to give to the poor, but I'm not just going to give it all away to the impoverished, because that's socialism, and socialism is communism.
Communism is bad.
I would definitely help out some of the poor, a lot of the poor. If we had a trading economy, what would you trade if you have one giant zucchini? What would you try to get? What would you try to trade to get if you had one giant zucchini? If we had a trading economy, one giant squash. That's what I'm going for. Zucchini is good, but I like squash better. And so I'll have to fry some squash up like that. But one giant zucchini is not going to get you anywhere, anytime fast, anytime soon. What would you do with a baby? Definitely cry. I do not need a baby right now. I don't want a baby right now. And I would just become a hot mess, a hot, stressful mess. What would you do with a free airplane ticket to anywhere? I'd go to Australia. I would definitely go there, because they got a lot of cool stuff going on out there. Not in the outback. I want to go to Sydney, because they just have, I remember watching the Disney 365 when they had those cool popsicles. What would I do if I was in a Mexican gang, and my mom got arrested for killing the leader of my gang, and I needed to visit her in jail, but I was still in the gang and couldn't associate with the enemy, who is now my mom? I would say you have to visit your mom, because family always comes first. Family comes first, and she probably killed the leader of your gang because he was being a bully. That's probably the reason, and she was probably looking out for you, and she probably had your back. What would I do with presidential power? So, practically, what would I do if I was the president, I guess? The first thing I would do is push for lower taxes. That would definitely be what I would do. I would even out, I guess try to even out the tax bracket, or try to reconstruct it, because there's a lot of stuff that is hard to do. What I would try to do is a 10% flat tax. Everybody pays taxes, everybody pays 10%. And then in order to have a 10% flat tax, you have to cut down on government spending. How do you get through college without dropping out? You see, you kind of answered your own question right there, because if you get through college, then that means that you don't drop out. But once you drop out, you never get through college. So how do you get through college without dropping out? You just don't drop out, and you keep your dreams in focus, and you keep everything on one path in focus, and you keep everything on a straight line in focus, and you get out there and you pursue your dreams, and you do your dreams and everything. What would you do with only 5 days to live? I think that I would definitely tell everybody that I love them, and then I would fulfill my bucket list extremely fast, no vast amounts of money. What would I do with a caribou? What I would do with a caribou is I'd sell it and get the money. Not to poachers, to a caribou farm. What would you do with all of the time in the world? That's a really good question. I would for sure do nothing, because I have all the time to do everything. So if I had all the time in the world, I would just relax, and then when I started feeling motivation to do something, I'd go do it. But there's no pressure to absolutely do anything. I've got all the time in the world. What would I do with superpowers? Honestly, I think my superpower would be to fly. It's really cliche, but I would love that. That would be absolutely amazing, because you could go anywhere, anytime, for free, no matter what. And if somebody tries to arrest you, you fly. I mean, there's nothing happening. So, I mean, that's what I would do, because it's like free. It's like you don't even have to use airlines. What would you do with unlimited resources in a world where everything is square? What would you do with a Klondike bar? I'd probably eat it. I don't think that I would do. I mean, what else are you gonna do with a Klondike bar? There's not a lot to do. Anyway, guys, that wraps up this Wednesday's episode. Be sure to, I guess, stay tuned for the weekend. It's not even Friday with Friends. I'll just call it the weekend with friends. So, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. And as always, stay funky, and I love you.